Yeah, we are back. We are back. Go live. Go live. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation and Mailroom Goons. What we got? Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Sorry, we are having a moment.
Filthy guap.
It's a jungle in the ghetto, so you better beware. It ain't nothing but gorillas, iron tigers, the best. Pro Max, Zazaz, killing for tourists. Step foot up in this jungle, leave out in the hearse. Codons, Percocet, city girls, chef sex, all drives, no deaths. Bullet shells, candle wax, candle lit, Brody hit, gas, shotty shot back. Guess he was real when he died, he ain't come back. Round here, snakes, win, gorilla man, no fin. Bro was face 10, gave him up, now he back to win. Man, it's every day, on the floor, no other way. In the ghetto, better get you some cake, no birthday. No heart, no love, nigga, what is B-Day? Cause when you down bad love, gently your leeway. Might find yourself in the he say, she say. Every day, all day, who am I say? I'm the hood postman, 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 I'm the hood postman. Always got motion, always keep motion. I'm the hood postman, 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 I'm the hood postman. Wanna get homies like Rennie Loki.
Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Miller, the Hood Postman. I am here to deliver. I am here to really, they are really about that life. Really about that life. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to go by Cynthia's Nuns giveaway, backpack giveaway, and it was amazing and extraordinary, and just really somebody that's showing what it's like to be in that field of work and doing those things for those wonderful people that's coming by. And you could just see the look in the kid's face. You could see when Cynthia to give them a backpack, she take their picture and do all that amazing stuff she does. We had Marcellus at the door guiding people in. We had Gangster Sam running around bringing stuff, handling stuff. We had God's Property doing her thing, bringing stuff, and we had Jeffrey Davis there, you know what I mean, all from the Luther side. I mean, man, it just was a great thing. I was there, taking packages out, giving people, and just capturing it all, you know what I mean. It was just an amazing an event, you know what I mean. And this is clearly, clearly how it's really done. Shout out to Cynthia for doing her thing over there, you know what I mean, and Marcellus over there, of course, God's Property, Jeffrey Davis, Gangster Sam, and then we got Tana Nay, her daughter, Peggy Bundy, her other daughter, her grandchildren, just an assortment. Then we had somebody back there. I can't remember all her names. She was back there cooking tacos, just feeding everybody. But it was just the look on of all those individuals' faces that really stood out for me. So, without further ado, Songs 119, right? Your words are a lamp for my feet and a light to my path. This is where we should be in our walk. Your words should be a light for your feet and a light to your feet and a lamp to your path. That's just where it's at, you know what I mean? Because I told you guys that in jealousy can hide in compliments, envy can hide in support, and hate can hide in love. So just because they give it to you doesn't mean they have it for you. Trust their energy, not their words. Nobody can make you feel or act or think any type of way unless you give them access to you. These things are important. Everybody swear. Everybody swear they solid. Ice is solid too until you put some heat on it. So we got to be able to discern and look at people, you know what I mean, and not just take it at face value. There's a lot of things that go into this. So when you truly got genuine love for your culture and your people, you just there's just it just shows in itself, man, when you truly got it, man, you know what I mean? Because their mistakes never change your mind. Their mistakes or your feelings about them will never change your mind. Your anger, your mind can become anger, but your heart will continue to love. That's just what it is. And always the vision without execution is hallucination. And clearly we saw that they had a vision over there because I saw the kids coming in, interacting, doing what they did, gathering their backpacks with plenty of supplies and everything. And everybody was happy running around and just blessed to be a part of it. You know what I mean? It was even so good that I saw my young homie, Sally, and my young homie Blue pulled up. They saw me out there, pulled over, got out. We got out there, chopped it up. You know what I mean? We standing right there on Long Beach Boulevard. Just just in the moment. Not being bothered. You know what I mean, by anybody. So again, the people's mistakes never change your feelings because it is the mind that gets angered, but the heart will still love you. That's just it. You know what I mean? Gangbanging, gangbanging, right? We saw all these individuals. You had Marcellus, you had Jeffrey Davis, you had Gangsta Stam, you had Cynthia, you had myself, God Property, you had my little homie Sally, my little homie Blue, Pull Up, you know what I mean? All from different sections, you know what I mean? Formerly, people that so-called maybe didn't have a commitment to one another or just didn't understand each other. But the value, there's no value whatsoever in gangbanging. There's just no value in it. You can't take it. It's not a negotiable tool. It's nothing you can leverage for to get you somewhere in life. It gets you to two places. Those two destinations are not very good. That's death and life in prison. Those are the two destinations that gangbanging will surely lead you to without question. Make no mistake about that. We are the only race, we're the only race of people that will destroy our own progress out of petty differences. We're the only race that does that because we lack racial integrity for our culture. When you think about the Act of 1710, right? Hello, Charleston White. We're getting right to you right here. This is your part, Charles. This is specifically for Charleston White. The Act of 1710 is freeing a slave for good deeds, so-called good deeds, scapegoating, snitching, revealing significant information about Black people to people who don't mean you no good, to your culture, who's only meant to undermine, underestimate, and undervalue as a culture. That's just what their point is. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you guys. I see you in there, Bodacious. You may get lucky and get paralyzed. That is Bodacious. I want y'all to look at this. Hold on. Let me click y'all in on something. I want y'all to check this out. I'm gonna start doing PowerPoints. You know what I mean? As I go, and I'm hoping you guys are receptive to it. Let me give you this. Hold on.
Cultural competence, also known as cognitive, affective, and behavior skills that lead to effective and appropriate communication with our people and other cultures. This is important that we bridge these gaps and we continue to build on what we have is in a modern society. We cannot repeat what happened in the old, but we can build on the new and continue to be appropriate in our communications.
Cultural competence. Cultural competence, attitudes, knowledge, skills, awareness. This is important in this. You know what I mean? And I saw that being displayed yesterday at Cynthia Nunn's giveaway, her backpack, because there was Latino kids, there were Black kids, there was Pyrus there was Crips there, because they all understood the importance of cultural competence. This helps develop the knowledge, the cultural differences, the understanding of your own culture and you got to engage in self-awareness, cultural knowledge and skills, and view behavior within the context. Review. You got to do personal assessments to gather this in order to move this thing forward. What they done yesterday was a prime example of what that looks like. And I applaud y'all for that. You guys probably didn't realize that taking all that in at the time, but I was just like a vacuum cleaner, sucking it all in and wondering how I'm gonna put it back out. You know what I mean? Now I want you guys to hear that again. I want you to hear this one more time again.
Cultural competence, also known as cognitive, affective, and behavior skills that lead to effective and appropriate communication with our people and other cultures. This is important that we bridge these gaps and we continue to build on what we have is in a modern society. We cannot repeat what happened in the old, but we can build on the new and continue to be appropriate in our communications.
Once again, gangbanging has no value. There's nothing you can do with it. It has two destinations: death or prison. Plain and simple. As to our sisters, my beloved sisters, I want you guys to understand we love you. We believe in you. Some the most educated group of women in this country is Black sisters, but there's a percentage of sisters that engage in it's probably even 10 years old. I don't know if it's even that old, twerking, right? And I know it looks nice, and you guys just do it anywhere and everywhere. But it just say, I don't know if it's meant for a public display. I don't know. I can't determine all that. I know it's just something you do, and it looks good. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know if it's just. I don't know. It's about 10 years old, so we spent 400 some years without it. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's really necessary. You know what I mean? As to our brothers, you know, the 5 things that you guys like to engage, a percentage of it. Nothing's ever 100%. A percentage, right? Blunts, PlayStation. You spend 4 and 5, 6 hours on PlayStation. Those are distractions. That's a distraction because there's so much life is going on outside. The world is evolving. Change is occurring every second, whether you want to change or not. Change is happening, And then you get people on here that try to drop hand grenades in people's content. Other words, they put it, because they like the divisiveness. They like to see people bickering and going back and forth. You know what I mean? Sort of like the Charleston White's. But Charleston White is probably the worst example for it because he's but he's on his heels right now. There's a whole lot of paperwork that's being out there, and hopefully I talked to Ayatollah Marv and Melvin Farmer about the paperwork that's now out there on Charleston White. You know what I mean? Because when you go pointing fingers, remember you got 3 more pointing back at you. And I'm not trying to point the finger at Charleston White, but I am calling him out because he do a lot of finger pointing. He do a lot of finger pointing about things. And is he right on some issues? Yes, he is. Is he wrong on how he does it? The tonality, the phraseology, and the input. He lack impulse control. And then there's no love coming from it again. You know what I mean? Because again, jealousy can hide in compliments, envy can hide in support, and hate can hide in love. Just because they're giving it to you doesn't mean they have it for you. Trust the energy. The energy will explain it all. You know what I mean? And I know you guys don't heard me say some of these things, but I got to reiterate on a lot of these things because sometimes they just miss. I feel like they missed the mark. You know what I mean? Vision without execution is hallucination. So I got to keep honing in, pounding it in, and keep giving it to you guys to where you guys truly get it. You know what I mean? Because when you truly got genuine love for your culture and the people that you love, their mistakes will never change your feelings because it's your mind that gets angered. It's your mind that gets angered, but your heart still will love because they're 2 separate parts, And I just want you guys to fully understand that. And I think that's very necessary in this time and space with everything that's going on. Everything that's occurred within the last 2 or 3 years within the pandemic and everything. A lot has changed. Prices have went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Gas pumps, food, clothing, everyday activity, everything is very expensive, and people are losing ground. You know, so if we continue to be a stigma or in a fraction against one another, we can never get that upper mobility that we really rightfully deserve because we fighting too many petty differences amongst ourselves that's really not necessary. You know, so if anybody would have been there to saw that, again, Marcellus is at the door, ready to door. Um, Gangster Sam was running around gathering goods, getting cheese, chicken, doing all the different stuff, backpacks and all that stuff, which was a good thing. And you got Jeff who was outside, um, doing his thing, making sure everything was okay. Thank you. Oh yeah, that's what I just got. My wife just gave me that. Blessed me with this. It's a portable tire inflator. I just put it in the car. If something go wrong with the tire, just boop, boop, tap it in and get it going. Okay, so it was just an amazing scene. You know what I mean? And I hope you guys fully understand. If I give you that power, I'm gonna start doing more PowerPoints because I think this is important. I want y'all to hear it one more time. I know it sounds redundant, but sometimes you got to give it to people more than once or twice.
Cultural competence, also known as cognitive, affective, and behavior skills that lead to effective and appropriate communication with our people and other cultures. This is important that we bridge these gaps and we continue to build on what we have is in a modern society. We cannot repeat what happened in the old, but we can build on the new and continue to be appropriate in our communications.
So let me say this. There's plenty loss of life on all sides, all sections, parks, communities, hoods, homeboys, homegirls. There's plenty of life loss in those areas. But there's nothing we can do. Absolutely nothing we can do to bring those individuals back. I know it hurts. I know it was traumatic, and I know those experiences we don't like to go through, especially if it's somebody that's within your family circle or somebody that's close to you and dear to you. Just, you know what I mean? But what we can do is get better. That's what we can do. We can get better in how we treat one another, how we don't walk up on each other with that fist face and all frowned up, don't even know the person and just walking around with your shoulders all hunched up like you know, super bad or whatever. Some tough Tony type of situation, you know what I mean? Now, sisters can be more forward thinking because, again, you guys are the most educated group of women on the planet, But there's a percentage of sisters that don't know their value, how valuable they are. And I say valuable because you are the mother of creation. Your ancestor was the mothers of creation. You're the elite. You're the original woman. You're the original woman. Anything else is just a copy of who you are. So you need to lead by example. Be more diligent in reading and understanding who you are as in a culture and what is your rightful place in this culture. We come from kingdoms and complex architecture. That's just where our ancestors come from. And the more we engage in that and the more we indulge in that, the more profound, the more genuine we'll be. And the more people are just, because they already follow us in fashion, entertainment, hip hop, in an assortment and array of things. We're being followed. And then at the same time, they hate they hate us. I don't know how that works, you know what I mean? Because when you listen to the American Cholo or you listen to the Swifty Blue, and I don't think those guys hate us. I think it's just like what it is. Race is a competition. Race is a competition. And our people have to understand that this competition, we're not doing so good at it because we're too busy knocking each other down, So you got to understand, and they're trying to win, and they're just trying to win the ways, you know what I mean? I get that, and Whatever that looks like, it looks like. But again, it's cultural competence. It's what it is: attitudes, knowledge, skills, and awareness. They help you develop knowledge and cultural differences and understanding your own differences. You know what I mean? And understanding why you act and behave in the way you do. So a lot of us need therapy, and they think because they can get on the internet and explain things in their own interpretation, but is it good or is it harmful? That's what you have to determine. Is it good or is it harmful? In a way, even the Blads and the No Jumpers and all of they have millions and millions of followers, but is what they're giving us back, is it good or is it harmful? I myself, I'm 13,000 somewhere in there, but I'm trying to be astute. I'm trying to figure out what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing. Tons of graveyards full of black brothers and sisters that carry both a red or a blue rag. And there's no arguing, there's no bickering, there's nothing going on in those places. So, but let me see what the questions is because I've been, talking for a minute. Let me go all the way back. Happy Sunday, Professor Melly. Right on, man. Snow, what's happening? You in the Mailroom Nation? There you go, bro. Deal. What's the deal, Professor? What's going on, Mike? What's going on with you, man? Let's see. Smash that like button, Bodacious. You get lucky if you get paradise. That's what Bodacious said. Professor Melly Mill always articulate the reality of the life based off our decisions. Yeah, that's what I do, bro. I appreciate you understanding that. Some old white CO making money off of certain aspects of the black culture, such as gangbanging, hip hop, and fashion, etc., while black actually suffer in incarceration. That's right. Good Sunday, bro, Mel. Right on, man. Amon, what's been happening, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Smash that like button, man. Greetings, everyone. DJ Vegas, man. What's happening out there? What's happening out in the music world on the planet? There it is there. Salute to the platform. You know what I mean? So anybody have any question that ever seen Black in nobody's hood giving back? No, never. Never. See, and that's the point right there. You spoke the set by the door. You nailed it. See, but yet you got Cynthia. You got an assortment of other, but I just, I focus on Cynthia because I'm in direct connect with Cynthia. And there's a lot of different people that give back in their own unique ways and do things. But then there's other people that pretend they're giving back, but on the underline, they charge you to be part of the give back. I don't get that right there. That's a whole different look right there. Anybody got any questions for me? In regards to anything I said or the PowerPoint I gave or the presentation I gave about culture competence, and I'll be doing more on culture competence, cultural awareness, and cultural responsibility. I will do more on that. I think that's necessary for our people, especially amongst the Damu, Kiwi, GDs, and BDs. Can't leave those guys out because they're part. And I don't care if you're in New York, I don't care if you're in Chicago, Detroit, Texas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Atlanta. I don't care where you at, Florida, down there, Miami-Dade. I don't care about none of that. We all have a part to play in this story and how it plays out and what story we're going to write next. Because here's the thing, right? They already hashed out all the cowboy movies. Nobody really into the cowboys. Then they rushed all the gangster movies, the ones that a lot of these gangbangers emulate, where they get their names and different stuff and style and culture, right? But now they own gangs, right? So who best to narrate and articulate those stories but except for the people that's already there that did it? You can't let them describe it because if you do, you get people like Hillary Clinton calling you super predator, undesirable, and calling you, the worst. You get people like, the political people trying to paint a narrative. Church, ouch. What you saying? Yeah, you get people trying to paint a narrative that don't necessarily square up with you. You understand? So we're in a position to capitalize off this, but we have to figure out how to do it in a way that is not damaging and that's not humiliating anyone or anybody. You know what I mean? And I'm pointing out Charleston White because specifically when you look at the Act of 1710, it definitely fits him. You know what I mean? The freeing of a slave for good deeds. He thinks he's think in his mind he thinks he's doing good deeds because he talks in nursery rhymes. Nana nana boo boo, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a grown man talking in nursery rhymes. I don't know how that works. Salute to Mike Marks. You know, what up, Detroit? He think he's doing a good deed, so he's scapegoating, snitching, or revealing significant information about us to people that's not necessarily got our best of interest in heart. You know, shout out to Mike Marks. Glad you stopped in, man. He's definitely a regular. Matthew Alex, what's good, man? Somebody give me a question, man, in regards to anything I said, man. Do I need to play the PowerPoint again? So as you see, I'm growing in this sphere. I'm getting better and also finding other tools that I can use to give you source of information. Let me see what he say. Him and Dodo are one and the same. Yeah, deal. Trust and deal with either one of those. Yeah, well, yeah, I understand, Mike. I definitely truly understand. CW is that kind of parent told us to stay away from. Yeah, yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Sup, Long Beach Frost. DJ Vegas, I know you always have something interesting to say, man. You being a fellow postman, you deliver the mail. Facts. So what should we be doing in this time to better the community? What can you do? What's your part? That's what you have to figure out. And if you've got an organization that you belong to, then do it. Because I see the lowriders, they do giveaways, and the motorcycle clubs, they do giveaways. Charleston White would have told on the Underground Road. If he's Yeah, I truly believe that, man. But you seen all that paperwork that's coming out? It's got his real name in it. I got some of it, and I'll probably discuss it on another day. But today I had to discuss the backpack giveaway that I saw. That was real good. The backpack giveaway was real good. So when you see people like Charleston White and he's being such a disruption to the culture and he's harmful to it, what do we do about those individuals? Do we embrace them? Do we figure out a way to show them better, how to be better? How do we correct that? Melvin Foreman's on his head. DJ Vegas, what you got going today, man? Any events you got going? Or I know you always doing your music. Oh, you think he's gonna Rush Limbaugh? Same rhetoric. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's interesting. That I never thought about it like that. He's a Rush Limbaugh. You know how harmful Rush Limbaugh was to the culture. Oh, you're doing chores around the house. That's good, bro. What's your thoughts on CW apologizing. I think he should apologize. I think that was very necessary. Sometimes I guess you got to self correct, right? In power, right, right, bodacious. That's right. That's a fact, big homie. But what you got going, bodacious? What your Sunday looking like? To drop the 20 to $5 bills out here. The game never changes, just the price of Busterism out here. Yeah, it's interesting. That is so interesting. Again, Psalms 19, your words is a lamp for my feet and a light unto my path. That's where we is at today. That was the fake apology, and it was old. Don't backtrack now. The truth is being revealed. Yeah, there it is there. All is good. Getting ready for the vacation. Yeah, where you vacationing at, bro? And I know there's more types like him that's out there, you know what I mean, that line themselves up politically. Yusuf, what's happening on the world? Working, you working in Alabama? I'm happy to tap in the mailroom. Working in Alabama, I know that's got to be a little different. I mean, I don't know. Alabama is a tough state legally. I mean, for laws why, you know, Mexico. Oh yeah, okay. So Rosarito Beach or Ensenada. Yeah, there you go. Rocky had called me this morning, told me he just got back from the DR. He had a good time over there. He was just telling everybody, it made it sound so exciting. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. I'm the darkest light skinned brother out here. Yeah, that's different over there, man. Bodacious, what do you think about the PowerPoint that I just presented? You have any comments on that? You know what? I don't know if it's what it is a power play. I don't know because again, this is my assessment of political people, right? You have right wing, left wing, both wings belonging to the same bird. You know what I mean? So there may be some things about Trump that he revealed that they didn't want and don't don't reveal my location online until after. Okay, got you, got you, got you, got you. Yeah, that so there may be some things about that, that I don't know. I don't know, what's the deal with that. Well, because we don't know, what's behind the appearance is the reality. We know that much. Okay, we'll do. So we never know. Yeah. So we don't know what's behind all that. You know what I mean? We understand, and we listen to these news feeds, man. That make you think he's the worst person in the world. You know. But then again, we still have to look at his actions, his actions that when he was taking all them kids down at the border and doing that stuff, can we overlook that? When he was, snatching them people and throwing them in cages, is that to be overlooked? When he was building a wall on the land that never belonged to them in the first place? Do you overlook that? You know, there's some things about him that should not be overlooked. That's just my opinion about it. The man said he can kill a person on Fifth Avenue, and nobody would take him. That's what he said. Now, why did he say that? What did he know? You know what I'm saying? Let me give it to you again. What do he know? Shout out to Big Dad. What do he know? Here go the PowerPoint again. Let me say. And it ain't got nothing to do with the political stuff. It just, it's something I was doing.
Cultural competence, also known as cognitive, affective, and behavior skills that lead to effective and appropriate communication with our people and other cultures. This is important that we bridge these gaps and we continue to build on what we have is in a modern society. We cannot repeat what happened in the old, but we can build on the new and continue to be appropriate in our communications.
So yeah, we have to be appropriate in our communications. Give right language, right tonality, treat people with respect, and you get respect. And just in regards to Trump and some of this other stuff with these political people, I think it's politics to me. It's politics, and they all playing it. They all have a part in it. They all. I don't know what that means. Oh, grabbing the pee. Yeah, that's what he said. He said you can just walk right up to him and just grab it. That's he said. He said that. You know. A white man. That could be true, but does that make it? Does that make it? Not useful. You know what I'm saying? Everything is useful, bro. Everything is useful. You just have to understand how to use it. Everything is useful. Just have to understand how to use it, man. Because here's the thing, man. There's good and bad in everything. You cannot take all white people and put them in one basket. Just like you can't take all black people and put them in one basket. There's good apples and bad apples, but you have to be able to discern which is which. There's some things that they put out there that's very useful. I go to black demographics all the time. Anybody want to know statistics about black people? Go to black demographics. Black demographics. See, listen to Melly Mill. Listen to anybody that tells. I never worry about the past. My got homie, and I love, and I never got. Okay, right on, bro. Do you believe we should have it or don't f with what is black person law? What is that? What is that? Some laws that we create for our own people. I mean, I think we should have our own government, our own govern our own people, and put things in perspective. The streets are undefeated for a reason. Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, they are undefeated, man. The streets are undefeated. So, but I'm looking for ideas. I'm looking for people that can add nuance and innovation to what we already talked about and discussed. How do we keep building up? Upward mobility, I think, is where we need to be. Spook is set by the door. Again, I'm waiting on you to respond. There's a reason why Malcolm X said that every time you find a black man that says something that's good for his community and his people, they find another black man that come along to discredit it or try to shoot him down. It's a concrete jungle out here. Survival, righteously. Yeah, definitely. To the PowerPoint, it is our duty to teach more, or is it others to understand more? I think it's both. I think it's both. I think we have to teach them that just because we use our hands and we use our body to talk and communicate, that don't mean that we trying to harm them. You know what I mean? They get so, you know what I mean? They get like, man, it throws them off. We come up or we talk loud or they think that's part of the aggression, you know what I mean? They think that's something different, you know what I mean? I think we're trying to attack them and they get afraid and then they wind up doing something ridiculous, you know. BG Town, Chucky. So, but at the main time, Spook said, but we have to do the work, though. We have to. It's a must. It's mandatory. We can't just let things go as if this is going to repair itself or the ship is going to right itself. See, because both Damu and Kiwi was, I think, was started from mercurial mindsets. There was something that happened that was volatile. It happened all of a sudden. It was unpredictable. And there was a lot of emotion and mood swing within the ranks of Damu and Kiwiism. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I call it, mercurial. It's unpredictable. It happened all of a sudden. And that's why it's important that history is medicine for a sick mind, because within history is a variety of human experience to teach and learn from. This is stuff I don't repeat it, of course, but sometimes you have to keep repeating in order for everybody to catch up. Maybe a few caught on, but everybody don't catch on at the same time. Everybody don't learn at the same level. Everybody don't teach at the same level. So you got to be willing to bend, repeat, reiterate, and continue to push forward, right? Can't be discouraged by a few people that may be against it, that likes to keep us in gang banging mode or being part of the gang bang, you know. And Big Devil had a stay like that, would he be a top engineer now, a safety top safety guy for the railroad? No, he would have never got there if he would have stayed in that same mindset, that frame of thinking. He expand. Constant elevation is expansion, causes expansion. Yeah. So I like coming on these Sunday mornings, man, and giving you guys some things to think about. And also it gives me a chance to go back and go over some things that I might be doing, or selective hearing holds us back from the truth. Yeah, it does. Yeah, definitely. Salute the Big Devil. That we have selective hearing, selective seeing, selective everything. Big Devil. It's a lot. But anyway, I appreciate you guys, man, and shout out to the Mailroom Nation, to the Mailroom Goons, Matthew, Big J BG Town, definitely. Spook is set by the door, my guy. Matthew Alex, definitely. Let's see who we had. We had Mike Marks in here, GE 100. Uh, Yusuf, definitely, my guy. Lloyd Robinson, salute to you too, bro. And Mr. Bodacious and King Mike Marks, man. Everybody that stopped by and just dropped a comment or something or said something good to help motivate and extend this conversation. You know what I mean? Because we got to keep building on that point. Extend the conversation. I don't have all the answers. I'm only spoke in a wheel. That's all I am. You know what I mean? So there's many spokes in the wheel. So each and one of you guys represent a spoke in the wheel. So let's continue to build, educate, motivate, and accelerate. Let's hit the gas pedal, fellas. So without further ado, I am the Hood Postman. You know the vibe. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. Man, let's do it. Let's go.
Filthy Guap.
It's a jungle in the ghetto, so you better beware. It ain't nothing but gorillas, iron tigers the best. Pro Max, Zaza's killing for tourists. Step foot up in this jungle, leave out in the hearse. Cold on Percocet, city girls, yes sex, all eyes, no doubts, full of shells, candle wax, candle lit, Brody head, gas, shotty shot back. Guess he was real when he died, he ain't come back. Round here, snakes, win, gorilla man, no fin. Bro was face 10, gave him up, now he back to win. Man, it's every day, on the floor, no other way. In the ghetto, better get you some cake, no birthday, no heart, no love. Nigga, what is B-Day? Cause when you down bad love, digitally your leeway. Might find yourself in the he say, she say, every day, all day, who am I say? I'm the Hood Postman, 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 always got motion, always keep motion. I'm the Hood Postman, 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 I'm the Hood Postman. Wanna get homies like Rennie Loki.
Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Room. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, share, drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and 15. Man, Mike Marks, go ahead and lock the door. We are gone.